mind when this shit drops.
And welcome. It is your motherfucking boy Snow. As always. Sorry about that. Had to get the tweet off. Follow me on Twitter at ItSnowsInHell. And you will know the moment I go motherfucking live. As I take the first minute of all my streams to go live with a tweet. Little twiddle. Little twiddle. But welcome, it's episode 15. WCW Monday Night Nitro. And we're gonna see what we're gonna kick things off with. Eddie Guerrero and Titus O'Neil. Eddie Guerrero, of course. Eddie Guerrero, Titus O'Neil, only in his second match. We'll see if he can do better than he did in his first match. But let's start the show. Nitro doesn't experience technical difficulties like SmackDown, apparently. And WCW Nitro coming to you live from a sold out Sunrise Arena in Florida. Man, I'm in Florida. Where the fuck is the Sunrise Arena? Somewhere down the street from where I live. Don't know. Not really. I live in the Panhandle. I'm pretty sure this is like the middle of Florida. Whatever. Alright, so we got quite the show ahead for you here tonight. We're gonna hear from the World Heavyweight Champion Booker T. But we're gonna see the Tag Team Champions in action. And we're gonna see the United States Champion in action. But to kick things off, we got Eddie Guerrero versus Titus O'Neil. And this is gonna be one hell of a match. If Titus O'Neil can actually hold his own against Eddie Guerrero. Man, I don't see why not. Titus O'Neil does have a size advantage, but Eddie Guerrero has shown that it's never meant shit to him. weird seeing Eddie in a lowrider on Nitro. Eddie Guerrero and Titus O'Neil would love nothing more than to get a victory. Because, you know, it's how you get... And nowadays, there's a ranking. We don't do this, your wins mean nothing. There ain't no jobbers. There's just... Either you win or you lose. If the more losses, the more losses you get, the farther down the rankings you go. Everybody who came in was placed in the ranking at random, I guess you could say. I had nothing to do with the rankings. I just commentate the matches I see, and I let you know from what I see who I think is showing promise. Eddie Guerrero so far showing that promise. Titus O'Neil not so much. But Eddie Guerrero high up in the rankings, so a win over top competitors definitely could help your ranking slots. One half the primetime play is Titus O'Neil with Darren Young. Both of them jumping over to WCW Nitro. So far we haven't seen them in tag team competition. Both of them looking for a singles run. So far not looking too good for either one of them. Got quite the show ahead for you tonight, and in case you missed SmackDown, that was quite the show. That was that was quite the show. I don't know how to say it, but it was just, you had to go back and watch it. It's wow. Titus O'Neil out the gate though, with the Beal on Eddie Guerrero across the ring, and now pounding away. Titus O'Neil looking for a suplex. And so far O'Neil out the gate, taking it to Eddie Guerrero. And we got O'Neil wanting to get this win a little bit more than we may have anticipated. Even Eddie Guerrero, big strength right there, the huge strength. Picking Eddie dead weight off the mat into a tilt-a-whirl. Eddie Guerrero going to the outside to rethink his strategy a second. Titus O'Neil following him though. Eddie Guerrero getting caught busy talking to somebody. He's been yelling at the fan or something. Whoa! Side Russian leg sweep by Eddie Guerrero. The referee has started his 10 count. Regular falls match in fall or submission to win inside the ring. We've had our fair share of falls count anywhere matches here of late. Some of these guys really... Wow, what an awkward leg snap by Eddie Guerrero. I don't know if Titus O'Neil could even walk after that. Then an awkward arm drag. What the... Arm drops. I don't even know what Eddie Guerrero was doing, but he's doing some fancy nonsense to Titus O'Neil. And it just put Eddie Guerrero back in control. Well, in control for the first time in this match. And a flapjack to Titus O'Neil. Titus started out strong, but ever since Eddie got the up, there's a pin. Middle of the ring, one. Titus immediately kicking out. Only a 1 count for Eddie Guerrero. O'Neil trying to get back in control. Knees to the chest. Big knee lift to the face of Eddie. Got Eddie on top with the Irish whip. Got Titus on the top rope. What could he be looking for here? Superplex maybe? No. Hurricane Rana off the top rope by Eddie Guerrero. Titus O'Neil is down, but Eddie picks him back up. Looking for a suplex. No, he's looking for the Three Amigos. Here comes the Three Amigos by Eddie Guerrero. There's the second one. One more. And there it is. Three Amigos and Titus O'Neil set up perfectly. And Eddie sees it. There he's up top. There's the frog splash, and that's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. And Titus O'Neil is done. Eddie Guerrero showing why he is the best. What a match. Eddie Guerrero taking full advantage of the mistake from Titus O'Neil and just unloading offense, hitting the frog splash, and it was 1, 2, 3. And just as I was saying, Eddie Guerrero, I don't think he'll really move up in the rankings. At the same time, he might. But we're gonna hear from the World Heavyweight Champion Booker T. See what he has to say about some things going on, or I don't know. We'll see what's on his mind. I don't read minds. But Booker T already making his way out to the ring, so we'll see. Microphone in hand. You don't see the title with her, but that is the WCW World Heavyweight Champion as of right now. He has already successfully defended his belt once. See who's see what he's got to say. Maybe calling somebody out. You're right. We are wondering why you're out here, Booker T. Okay, we know everybody hates the Authority. Upset you don't have a pay-per-view main event. Booker T upset that he hasn't main evented a pay-per-view, even though he's the champion. Which, you know, he'd be upset. Champion should main event a pay-per-view. I agree with you, Booker. Booker T, he saying he's gonna force himself to be the main event? Okay. Alright, Booker T, got some choice words for the people in power. Booker T demanding to main event the upcoming pay-per-view, which is Payback. So if he wants to main event the upcoming pay-per-view of Payback, that's just, I don't see why not. And we got the NWO Wolfpack, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash in a tag team match against Los Matadores, who decided they were going to challenge the tag team champions for the titles. So they're going to get themselves a nice little tag team match here tonight to see if they even deserve that shot. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall basically undefeated in their reign as the WCW Tag Team Champions. They haven't really had much competition come towards their way. They've only really faced the Bushwhackers. We thought that we were going to see the Wyatt family face the Wolfpack, but Luke Harper ended up resulting to singles competition. Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan went to do some tag team work over on ECW. So now enter Los Matadores. Oh, wait a second. Scott Hall coming out to meet Los Matadores and taking both Diego and Fernando down. Fernando now back to his feet, though. Scott Hall, though, reversing into a suplex. Kevin Nash now to the outside. And now Los Matadores trying to get the upper hand. Big bulldog by Kevin Nash. Now Kevin Nash and Fernando in the ring. Diego and Scott Hall, who I guess are meant to be the legal men, fighting it out on the outside. Oh, huge neck breaker by Scott Hall. And I don't know what Kevin Nash and Fernando are doing. Oh, Diego, though, with a running neck breaker on Scott Hall. But Kevin Nash with an STL out of nowhere. Just beeling Diego. Oh, Scott Hall now on Fernando. And the Wolfpack has basically just taken it to the Los Matadores. I don't even know if this match has even got started. The Matadors finally getting their ring entrance gear off. Wait. Scott Hall, though, in the middle of the ring. Looking for the outsider's edge. There it is. There's the pin. 1, 2. No! Diego able to kick out. Fernando knocking Kevin Nash off the apron. Getting a backdrop for his troubles. Somehow Diego able to kick out of the outsider's edge even after the beatdown. And Scott Hall is now taking his frustrations out on Fernando. There's the tag to the 7-footer. But wait a second. Diego able to duck under the clothesline. But Kevin Nash with the back body drop. And Nash knocking Fernando off the ring. And the tag team champions, showing why they've always been the tag team champions. And there's a big boot, and that's got to be it for Diego. 1, 2, 3. And the Wolfpack picking up another huge win. But at what cost? Can you really consider that a win, being that they jumped? They jumped Los Matadores before the match. Wolfpack celebrating nonetheless, though. Who is able to stop the Wolfpack?
Singles action is up next. You're not going to want to miss this one. Oh, I'm not going to miss it.
We got the former WCW United States Champion going one-on-one with Bret the Hitman Hart in a rematch from last week, in which Mr. Perfect, the former champion, picked up a huge win over Bret the Hitman Hart. Mr. Perfect losing the title to the Big Show. The Big Show injuring Mr. Perfect's son, Curtis Axel, in Curtis Axel's Nitro debut last week. But Mr. Perfect able to pick up a huge win over Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret Hart congratulating Mr. Perfect after the match. And Mr. Perfect granting him a rematch. Said, I beat you once, I'll beat you twice. We'll just see how true that is for Mr. Perfect here tonight. We're going to see the United States Champion in action later here tonight. Mr. Perfect will love nothing more than to get his title back. Bret Hart will love nothing more than to get a win over the former champion to get a shot at the champion. Bret Hart definitely has the ability to win this match. He almost won in their first encounter. These are two big top superstars, high in the rankings. A win here would be substantial in that title hunt. And Mr. Perfect out the gate with a snap suplex. In case you missed their first bout, it was quite the epic show. Go back and check it on last week's Nitro. In case you don't know, that's the episode that has Nitro before this one. Bret Hart with the reverse clothesline. Oh, Bret Hart looking for a submission early. He's got a modified camel clutch. So Mr. Perfect brushing it off. Hart just testing him. But Mr. Perfect with that big backbreaker. These two know each other very well. You can see a lot of back and forth, I'm sure. Especially since their last encounter. Their knowledge of each other fresh in each other's minds. Mr. Perfect would love nothing more than to slow the pace. More methodical, technical. Bret Hart love nothing more than to quicken things, as he does with the cross body. Bret Hart works best when the pace is quickened. His reactions just he's able to react to your mistakes much quicker than you realize you've made a mistake. Keep you on your toes. Both men former WCW United States champions. Both men would love to have the title back now that it's been resurrected. Hart already looking weak in the leg, knee area of Mr. Perfect. Possibly setting up for that sharpshooter. Ooh, Mr. Perfect though, blocking the back elbow with the elbow of his own. There's the snapmare. There's the head snap. And Mr. Perfect is taking it to Bret the Hitman Hart. Started off a little back and forth, but Mr. Perfect now is in full control of Bret Hart. And right on cue, as soon as I say that, the reversal. Like the game knows. Oh, Bret Hart with the snap of his own. Oh, Hart looking for the pile driver. There's the pile driver on Mr. Perfect. Could that be it? Dragging him out to the middle of the ring. There's the pin. Shoulders are down. 1, 2. Mr. Perfect just able to get the shoulder up. Perfect though, looking for the perfect plex. Stepping forward, there it is in the middle of the ring. 1, 2. Bret Hart able to get the shoulder up just after the count of 2. And Mr. Perfect obviously upset that Bret Hart able to get the shoulder up. So far, both men hitting some of their best shots, and it not being enough. Mr. Perfect put many a man away with the perfect plex. Oh, Bret Hart's bleeding. I don't know what busted Bret Hart open. It could have been that forearm from earlier. Big knee lift by Bret. And now Bret fired up in the corner. Not typical actions of Bret Hart. Dropping the neck right on the knee. Bret Hart hasn't gone for the sharpshooter yet. Perfect now just getting up to one knee. Hart right on top of him. Swinging neck breaker. Right in the middle of the ring. That could be it. Hart not going for the pin though. Don't know what Bret's doing. Oh, right back to that neck drop right on the knee. Wait, Hart looking for another pile driver. There's another pile driver. And Mr. Perfect's been busted open as well. Both men have been busted open here in this match. I don't know where Mr. Perfect was busted open, but he is bleeding. Hart now trying to get the wits about himself or something, not taking his time. Wait a second, Hart looking for the sharpshooter. Hart's looking for the sharpshooter. Sharpshooter locked in. It's locked in. Will Mr. Perfect get to the ropes? Sharpshooter's locked in. Can Mr. Perfect get to the ropes or will he tap out? The sharpshooter is locked in deep. Mr. Perfect reaching for the ropes. He's so... Oh, no, he rolls. He rolls under. He rolls under and he kicks out. The strength of Mr. Perfect. And now with the side Russian leg sweep. That's got to be it for Bret Hart. Bret Hart's taking too much punishment in this match. But wait a second, the reversal. Hart now has Perfect's back for a backdrop. Hart now. Wait a second. What's Hart thinking here? Oh no, he's looking for the figure 4 on the ring post. After the sharpshooter, oh my god. Mr. Perfect's legs have to be broken. Bret Hart with the figure 4. Oh wait, Mr. Perfect busting Bret Hart's face off the ring post, and a busted open Bret Hart. That could spell the end for Bret Hart. I don't know how Mr. Perfect's still standing. Hart bleeding profusely after possibly the forearm shot earlier, and then getting hit by the ring post just now. There's the neck snap by Mr. Perfect. And he usually follows that up with the perfect plex. But he's not going for it now. Dropping elbows. Oh, here we go. He's setting it up. Perfect calling for the perfect plex. Could he get 2 victories? 2 straight victories over Bret Hart. There it is. Middle of the ring. 1, 2. No, Bret Hart kicks out again. No way. Mr. Perfect calling for it, saying that's it. Wait a second. Hart to the injured knee. But Perfect right back on top, going for the neck breaker. No, Hart again with the reverse. Looking for a suplex. No, there's the forearm. Right into a drop kick. And if you thought the first match was something special, this rematch is just going to limits. Wait a second, Bret Hart. Bret Hart's looking for the figure 4 on the outside again. Bret Hart's looking for the figure 4 on the outside again. He's looking to destroy Mr. Perfect's legs. Bret Hart has kicked out of 2 perfect plexes and has been working the legs of Mr. Perfect the entire match. But again, Mr. Perfect, after the figure 4, oh no, this time he reverses. He reverses. And this time Mr. Perfect off the ring post. Both men busted wide open. Referee is halfway through his 10 count. I don't think either one of these men can care less about the referee's 10 count. Side Russian leg sweep on the outside by Bret. Both men have taken so much punishment in this match. Hart rolling Perfect back into the ring. But what could Bret Hart be thinking now? He's already put 2 pile drivers and a sharpshooter. He's locked in 2 figure 4s around the ring post. Now working the arm of Mr. Perfect. Bret Hart showing no mercy in this rematch. Wait a second, is he doing it a 3rd time? He is. Bret Hart is going to lock in a 3rd figure 4. And he's got it locked in. The 3rd figure 4 around the ring post. And there's just... Mr. Perfect's legs have to be done now. Oh, Mr. Perfect thrown straight into the ring steps. He's just grabbing at the leg. His legs have to be done. Bret Hart again into the ring steps, and Hart is just taking it to Mr. Perfect here tonight. And again into the ring steps, and the referee again is halfway through his count. But Bret Hart seems content with just chucking Mr. Perfect to the steps, and as Mr. Perfect just throws Bret Hart into the ring steps. How does he have anything left in him? And again, Hart into the ring steps. The referee is at a count of 9. Mr. Perfect slides back into the ring and just beats the count. Oh my God. Mr. Perfect picking up a huge 2-0 lead over Bret Hart. Won by pinfall, this time by countout. Bret Hart trying to take advantage of an injured Mr. Perfect. And Perfect taking advantage of that. What a match. Wow. Good shit. Good shit.
I'm getting goosebumps anticipating this one. It's a Falls Count Anywhere match, and it happens next.
We got Big Show, the WCW United States Champion, in yet another Falls Count Anywhere match. This time going one-on-one with the debut of the one-man band, Heath Slater, to WCW Nitro. There you see him, the WCW United States Champion, 7 foot, 500-pound Big Show. Yeah, he's not even 500 anymore. He's what, like 300 something pounds, 400 pounds. Big Show putting Curtis Axel on the injured reserve list in Curtis Axel's debut match to Nitro. And now set to go one-on-one with Heath Slater in Heath Slater's Nitro debut in yet another Falls Count Anywhere match. Big Show ready for this match. I don't know how well Heath Slater feels about it. Oh, wait a second. Big Show rolling in the ring. Oh, Big Show thwarting Heath Slater's Nitro debut, chunking him off the ring apron. And now Big Show, the United States Champion, with a big back body drop. Oh, big chair shot by Big Show. Huge chair shot by the Big Show. Okay, I don't know what that is. Big Show ripping the shirt off of Heath Slater. Heath Slater trying to drop elbows, but Big Show just too big, too strong, taking advantage of the pre-match beatdown, knocking Slater clean off the apron into the barricade. Slater off the ring post. Big Show is just in a whole nother zone. Another big chair shot. Another big chair shot. Big Show is showing no remorse for Heath Slater whatsoever. And there's another big leg drop. Oh, looks like Big Show's calling for the knockout punch. There it is. Oh, Slater's been busted open probably for one of those chair shots, but that's gotta be it. And that's it. Big Show picks up an easy win over Heath Slater, busting him open in the process. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That was one hell of a Nitro. Mr. Perfect picking up a second win over Bret Hart, this time in a countout. Big Show just destroying Heath Slater before he could even get out the gate. The Wolfpack, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall destroying Los Matadores before the match even started. Eddie Guerrero picking up a semi-easy win over Titus O'Neil. But thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, watch all the other stuff. Because there's tons of stuff, man. We got some news for you. Oh, they get a little title shot because they got jumped. He was not interrupted by DDP, but I guess DDP will be the one facing Booker T next for the title. Join us on episode 16 for EC motherfucking W, brah. Like I said, subscribe, like, follow. Links are everywhere. Do it. Snow out.